Hi friends, and welcome in. Today we're going to see what Spirit wants to bring through today. And we're actually using a new deck for this one, just to see what encouraging messages wanted to come out for the collective. And already, just looking at this spread, the energy feels lighter, but not in a surface level way. It feels like earned lightness, like you've been through something, and now you're being guided into something better. And right away, I have to say this. Out of hundreds of possible messages, you've got two strong abundance indicators showing up here. That's not random. That's something Spirit is really emphasizing, especially for those of you who have felt stuck or blocked financially or in your stability. So we're definitely going to come back to that. Starting with the first card, open your mind. This feels like Spirit gently nudging you to step outside of what you thought something was supposed to look like. And I feel like for a lot of you, you've been holding on to a very specific idea. Whether that's how something should unfold, how money should come in, how a situation should resolve, and it hasn't been happening that way. And it's almost like your brain is going, okay, so then it's not working. But Spirit is like, no, it's just not happening the way you expected. There's a difference. Because when you open your mind here, it's like you start to notice opportunities, ideas, even people that you may have overlooked before. And I feel like some of you are going to have a moment where you look back and go, wow, that was right in front of me the whole time. Then we move into intuition. And this is really confirming that your inner voice has been guiding you through all of this, even when things didn't make sense on the outside. And I feel like there were moments where you doubted that voice, especially if things weren't lining up immediately. Like, you felt guided one way, but the results didn't show up right away, so you questioned it. But Spirit is saying, your intuition wasn't wrong. The timing just wasn't ready yet. And that's important, because a lot of you are actually more in tune than you give yourself credit for. You just don't always trust it when it's quiet or when it doesn't come with immediate proof. Now this next one, financial stability. This is one of those abundance cards, and I'm telling you, the fact that this came out, especially in a reading like this, is big. This isn't just things will be okay. This is stability. This is things evening out. This is something becoming consistent. And I feel like for some of you, money has been a stress point. Not necessarily crisis level, but enough to where it's always in the back of your mind. Like, okay, things are fine, but I don't fully feel secure yet. And Spirit is showing that this is shifting. Not overnight, not magically falling into your lap, but through alignment, through decisions you're making now, through opportunities that are starting to form. And again, this is one of two abundance indicators, so we're not done yet. Then we have the wisdom of time. This one is interesting because it's basically saying nothing you've gone through has been wasted time, even the delays, even the confusion, even the moments where you felt like nothing was happening, because everything has been preparing you for where you are now. And I feel like some of you are starting to see that, like things that didn't make sense before are starting to click into place, and you're realizing, okay, if that had happened earlier, I wouldn't have been ready. And that's where patience turns into understanding. Then we get into unexpected opportunity for growth. This is your second abundance style card. And I want to point this out clearly. Out of hundreds of possible messages, you got two cards pointing toward growth, stability, and expansion. That's not subtle. This feels like something coming in that you didn't plan for. Something that might even feel a little uncomfortable at first because it's new, but it's aligned. This could be a job opportunity, a financial shift, a new direction, even a connection that leads you somewhere unexpected. And I feel like when it shows up, part of you is going to hesitate for a second, like, is this really for me? And Spirit is like, yes, that's why it's here. Now moving into the second row, forgiveness. And this doesn't feel forced. This doesn't feel like you need to forgive right now. This feels like something that's naturally happening as you move forward. Because when you start stepping into something better, something more aligned, the things that once hurt don't have the same grip anymore. It's like you're not carrying it the same way. And I feel like for some of you, this is forgiveness toward yourself, for doubting yourself, for staying in situations longer than you should have, for not seeing things sooner. And again, you were doing the best you could with what you knew at the time. Now you know more, so now you move differently. Then we have shift your perspective. This ties directly into the first card, because what's happening here is not just external change, it's internal. The way you see things is changing. The way you interpret situations is changing. And because of that, your experience changes. You're not reacting the same way. You're not taking things as personally. You're not getting pulled into energy that doesn't align with you. And that shift is what opens doors. Now this next one, inhale, exhale, Psalm 31:3. This is really important. This is Spirit saying, if you have been feeling blocked, especially financially or in terms of stability, this is your reminder to call on Spirit directly. Not in a complicated way, just pause, breathe, ask for guidance, trust that you are being led. Because I feel like some of you have been trying to figure everything out on your own, like, if I just think about it enough, I'll solve it. And Spirit is like, you don't have to carry all of this alone. You can ask. You can lean on that connection, especially when things feel uncertain. And there's a sense here that when you do that, things start to flow more easily. Then we have just be you. And this feels almost simple, but it's actually really powerful. Because I feel like for a while, you may have adjusted yourself to fit into certain situations. You may have toned things down or tried to present yourself in a way that felt more acceptable. But what's coming through now is that you don't need to do that anymore. Who you are naturally is enough. More than enough, actually. And the more you lean into that, the more aligned opportunities come in. And finally, this is a soul contract unfolding, 444. And this ties everything together, because this is Spirit saying, none of this was random. The delays, the shifts, the lessons, the growth, it was all part of something your soul agreed to experience. Not to struggle endlessly, but to evolve, to become more aware, to step into your power. And now, you're at a point where things start to open up. So when we step back and look at this entire spread, this is a transition. From confusion, clarity. From instability, stability. From self-doubt, self-trust. And the biggest message here is that things are actually working in your favor, even if it hasn't fully shown itself yet. You've got abundance energy showing up. You've got guidance showing up. You've got support showing up. And you're being asked to trust that and to keep moving forward. And just remember, as real as this experience felt, and as intense as it may have been, at a higher level, this wasn't here to break you. It was here to reveal something to you. We are all connected, and sometimes the people who challenge us the most are playing roles that were agreed upon long before this moment. That doesn't make what happened okay, but it does give it meaning. You're not meant to stay in the pain of this. You're meant to understand it, grow from it, and release it. Because at the end of the day, love is still the truth. And the more you return to that within yourself, the more everything begins to align in a way that's actually meant for you.